great film. You were a lot of fun to watch in it. I'm wondering, is it more fun to play the villain? Do you like playing a villain more than non-villain, or?
I don't know. I've never not played the villain.
You have. You've had it.
I'm joking. No, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like a big difference to me, between people. The thing that was different about this movie was the knowing that we were going to be playing to an audience that was PG-13. So knowing that the scope of who was going to be seeing it was so large, and then being a character that has to suggest real violence because he's terrorizing these people. And so the main thing for me was to be violent in a way that a 15-year-old could project their worst nightmare and a 40-year-old could project their worst nightmare. And I kill two people in a very simple way, but that none of the actual physical violence could be like slitting a throat or something like that. So putting the kid's hand into that empty jar was actually my idea, because that's what I wanted the character to hold, what you're afraid might be there.
And did you have any other ideas that they might have said, like hold back, we can't show this, we can't do this, or?
I was always looking for ideas that weren't violent, and so to me, when I read it, it wasn't scary enough. I didn't think that it would ripple through the rest of the movie. It needed to be somebody who was really terrorizing a group of people. Like, how do you keep that many people working for you? You scare them.
And so like you're saying, this is such a despicable, hateful character. So when you have to channel that kind of anger and rage, where do you pull that out from? Where do you go to?
Oh, it doesn't come from the same place in a movie like this that it does if I were, in a different type of movie. Right. Especially a movie that was like focusing on that character. If you're doing the Jeffrey Dahmer story, or something like that, then in playing him for an entire movie, well, presumably you'd have to do what you're talking about, which doesn't sound very appealing to me.
Yeah. And how did you make sure that Bartholomew wasn't just a one-note villain? How did you kind of bring depth to him? Because he's not in too much of the film. He only has a couple scenes, but you still really fear him. You're scared of him. So how did you make sure that audiences were really engaged with him?
You just play each moment for what it is, and there is infinite variety going on all the time. That's what makes Darwinian theory work. So intimate, total variation constantly. I do think that if you just tap into like what's going on in the present moment, you'll achieve what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time.